Hello there, welcome to the channel, welcome back perhaps. It has been a little while since we've done any work on pedals, but hopefully the channel has been staying interesting regardless. We've certainly been keeping the videos going on a weekly basis with various different kinds of things. One of the main things that we were doing was the tracks from the Nam Nam sessions, where we debuted the contrabass project, and that was the last time that we were with the NightSky here. So basically we wanted, we've got our nice fuzz sound for the contrabass that we like very much, nice and evil, and we've got our sustain here, and we had some effects with the dweller that we ended up not using on the gig, unfortunately. Simple forgetfulness and trying things out for the first time. So we have been listening to those tracks, and we wanted to do a little bit more work on the sound that we've been using with the NightSky. Something to do with the size pitch knob, maybe a little bit more drive in there as well. We want things to be a little bit more heavy, a little bit more clearly sustained. And so that is why we are back here. Now, the other thing is we have other things that we want to be working on in the next week or so, where we are going to be trying some filters on the contrabass so that we can get a cleaner attack, maybe. But for now, this is what we're doing. We're doing the NightSky. It should also be noted that we have some new samples that we recently recorded with the contrabass, but we're going to start off with the sample that we were using before, which is our version of Hallelujah. So here's our sample going through our signal blender with the fuzz, the Jackson Audio modular fuzz, with the Fuzz Page Mark II module still installed, the sounds that we were working on last year. Here's our sample. And the NightSky. Yeah, we were thinking we might need some more sustain, but maybe not there. We are actually really happy with this. We didn't have the volume turned up high enough at the venue, so live it was not as effective as we were hoping it would be, but we were recording off the soundboard, and so that was good. But one thing we did notice is that we think we want more reverb volume, so that's what we're going to adjust first. Yeah, I think that length is fine. We were thinking we might need more, but I think with more volume it's going to be more noticeable anyway. The other two variables are the size pitch knob and the drive. The drive is currently at like 2 o'clock or like between 1 and 2, so we're just going to play around with that a little bit and see how we feel about that. So this is just the reverb. Yeah, I don't think we want more than that. Let's try. I mean, yeah, it does get very delicious. Very crunchy. Yeah, I like that. I think that bringing the volume up as we did on the reverb has actually made the crunchiness more obvious anyway. But I do like having the drive up a bit further. All the way up is really lovely. I think I would want to save that for a special effect. Maybe something to add to like a what do they call it? Like a morph preset, so that we can hold that down and it would get grittier. The other thing that it's worth mentioning before we go to the size pitch knob is that I could really hear there the attack of the clarinet, and that is one of the things that we do want to try and change. I mentioned before that we would use some kind of filter like an auto wah to play with that, or maybe compression, though I'm a little skeptical that compression will help from some previous experiments. But the clarinet attack is also particularly noticeable right now because we've recently put a new reed on, and that is something that we've been wanting to do for a while. We finally got around to it, and we're breaking this reed in, and it's very nice. It's a good experience. We hope to have a really solid quorum of reeds all set up soon, so that we're not playing stuff that's too soft, which was becoming the case, for the simple fact that we hadn't gotten around to having enough reeds around. But the attack is particularly noticeable here. So onto the size pitch knob, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the dry altogether and have a listen. But let's do as is first, see if we can hear. So the way that I think about the size pitch knob is that it's basically like the reflectiveness of the surface that the echoing space is made of. So like when you have, for example, the sparse mode and you have the size pitch all the way up here, you can actually hear that it's as though they're like big reflective rubbery panels that it's bouncing off. And then as you, this is in the sparse mode, as you bring it back, you know, those panels get smaller and harder, and you could hear that there in the dense mode that we're using, where when it was over this side, when it was at 3 o'clock, it was very like watery and I don't want to say muddy, but like oceanic, very like liquid, whereas over this side it is more solid, and we are getting like I feel a clearer representation of the sound that is coming from the clarinet. Like basically I'm doing this as an attempt to get more sustain going, and I feel that the sustain that we're getting here, sustain like a guitar I should say, the sustain we're getting here I feel is like a better representation of the actual sound rather than something that is being morphed or changed. So like maybe like more metallic, more rubbery, as we move from metallic to rubbery as we go clockwise. So I prefer it over this side. I'm going to play around a little bit and see what we want to do in terms of where exactly on this side of things we want it. So here we go. Even there you can hear the how it's a little bit more rubbery. Yeah, I'm feeling that here we're starting to get like, it's as if the paneling that this space is echoing in is so metallic that it's like we're getting it's too bright essentially. So I'm quite fond of it there. We seem to be getting a nice balance. Let's try it a little before and then move it up and see. I liked it at 9, but then bringing it down to 8, I think too much further, it's too harsh. But we seem to be getting a nice balance of overtones there. It's not too intense, but we're also getting a really nice clear definition. So there we go. I think that we've made an improvement there. I mean, let's even bump the length up a little. Let's have another listen to that, and we'll bring back in the dry. Just curious about what a little bit more drive will be like. Yeah, don't think we need it. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was hoping to accomplish. A slight bit of playing with the size pitch knob, a little bit of increased drive there. I think those are things that we needed. Out of curiosity, I'm going to try adding in some shimmer, because we've still got low cut at a certain level and high cut all the way up. And I'm just curious what that'll do. So, a little bit extra fun time. Yeah, this is another of those things where I think it's like, you know, it might be interesting to add on as like a bonus thing. I feel that kind of what we're doing here is we're building like a basic setup that we like a basic sustain method here that we like. And then there's all kinds of things that we can add in and have as different settings for the morph thing. But also I did notice that the shimmer, so what we've got here with the length up high and the size pitch down low, that I remember from the manual is when shimmer is at its most dramatic with this pedal, when it's in the regenerative mode. So yeah, but there we go, mission accomplished. Thank you for sticking around, and I hope that was as interesting and enjoyable for you as for me, and see you next time. Take care.